Hello everyone, this is Kevin Bryant, aka Narlyteeth of Magic and Mirrors, and welcome to a brand new episode of Video Update. In these next few episodes, we're going to tease a little bit of some of the new content that will appear in Act 2. Now, we know we have been very quiet about this for a long time, and a lot of you guys are wondering what's up with the new content, the Act 2 stuff. Well, while we're still working on it, we do have some things to kind of share with you, kind of, tease you and understand that, stuff is being made, and we will, have it all put together, have it ready whenever it's ready, and we will let you know. So before we dive in, I would like to talk a little bit about our experience at Pax South. Now, this is the first time we've ever exhibited a booth at a big convention like this completely on our own. We had no sponsorships helping us. We had, not a larger company or whatever that we were under. It was completely us. We had, the only extra help that we got was really family and friends, helping us bring over the gear and just kind of help, socialize with people, because just the two of us was not enough to be able to manage the crowds around the booth and stuff like that. But, it was an incredibly exciting experience for us. We got to meet a lot of people. We got to have a lot of eyes on our game, which was really exciting. We got these really tall TV stands that were over 8 feet tall, and we had these about 40 to 50 inch monitors on each of the stands. So while they weren't enormous monitors, they were up really high, so people could see our game from a distance. And we've always had this belief that the gameplay is the best billboard, and that's kind of how we designed our booth. And it definitely worked. It attracted a lot of people to the booth, and we gave out flyers and free posters and things like that. It was a blast. But yeah, it was, without a doubt, it was incredibly stressful. Even though Michelle and I, we do try to stay very healthy, stay very physically active, this was still very physically demanding on us, having to stand, for 3 days straight and constantly talk to people.
It was.
Constantly pitch, the game over and over and over again to everybody, but we, we're very passionate about this project, so it wasn't very hard to stay excited, especially when you see people's reactions, when not only when they see the game, but when they get their hands on the game. It was really fun to see, and that just only motivated us more. So we believe PAX was very much a worthy experience. It was definitely worth our time, money, and effort to really put our game out in a convention like that, to get a lot of eyes on it. And this was just only a couple weeks before the lunar sale started, so pretty good timing for us. Okay, so now that is out of the way, let's talk about some of the new levels that we're going to encounter in Act 2. There's going to be a total of 3 levels, but I'm only going to show screenshots of 2 of those levels. The first one we're going to show off is a level called Outskirts, which is basically a much bigger version of the third playable level in Act 1, which is Plemniba. And it's still very much the same kind of general look, only this time it's completely overgrown by fossilized foliage. So this is basically nature's attempt on growing over a post-apocalyptic civilization, but this is the Nightsithe we're dealing with. This is a threat that basically makes planets unlivable for many life forms. So the foliages are now that did overgrow these cities are also fossilized. But we did think that this overgrown look would make a fresh new look for the environments and make it look a little bit different, but still kind of enforce that the Iron Jungle aesthetic that we established in Nelo. another screenshot, and you can see like vines and trees and grass and bushes just kind of growing over everything. Another screenshot just kind of showing more the what the streets look like. We have logs and grass and shrubs and things like that growing over the buildings and the foundation, roads and sidewalks and all that. But not the entire level looks like that. This is actually one of the largest levels in the campaign so far, covering over 5 to 6 square miles. So, you know, we do want some areas that will look a little bit different to be, you know, kind of a visual breakup from some of the other rooms. Like this is a room with a more lava, more, you know, you see kind of a piece of a building wall as cover and things like that. And then some areas actually start looking more like a desert, where because, you know, there's no soft ground anymore and stuff like that. A lot of sand will start blowing into the buildings. You see like the building is covered in sand. There's sand on the ground, and there's still some bushes on the ground. So we want to kind of slowly transition the overgrown aesthetic to a more like a desert aesthetic, where it's almost like the city's being buried under sand. But because, you know, this is a really large level, we can kind of get away with that really contrasted, you know, that really kind of contrasted environmental look, but still feel like it's cohesive, still feel like it can, you know, they can live right next to each other. There's another screenshot of one of the arena rooms. Another screenshot. Again, it's just to kind of help give the feel of what this level is going to be like. And then here is a shot of the layout of this map. Just kind of showing how big this level is. So far, the largest level in Act 1 is Moon of Concealment. This level is probably about has probably between 1.8 to 2 times the amount of square mileage as that level. So it's a lot more explored, but there's also a lot more branching pathways. There's a lot more like kind of secret rooms and things like that. So there's a little bit more variety that you might encounter in this level for sure. Not only in different rooms you can explore, but also some various gameplay scenarios based on which path you go down. So the next level we're gonna show you guys is the this is the level right after, which is subsystems. So we wanted this to be a very big visual contrast from Outskirts, which we wanted Outskirts to really just still feel kind of hot and dry, where we wanted this level to feel more cool and moist. So we wanted, you know, there's a lot more kind of dark rooms, dark metal corridors with concrete, very like brutalism inspired in a way. These larger rooms with columns and things like that, and then you see this kind of really large abyss underneath all that. And also another contrast from the surface levels is many of the rooms in this level are circular shaped instead of being box shaped. So again, to kind of help give a different feel that this is an underground world. It's still part of the world above, but it's, in a way, it is its own world. And so making the rooms very circular shaped, making it much darker, much colder feeling compared to many of the levels that you encounter on the surface. But also another thing about this level is that this is going to be the level that'll introduce the swimming mechanic. Now, we've had a YouTube video uploaded a couple years ago just kind of showing a lab test of the swimming prototype. Well, like, you know, it was still kind of in a rough state and the animations were still kind of rough, but we had, you know, the idea there. We've polished it a lot since, and also polished how kind of combat works with swimming. We definitely put a lot of that together, and it's much more presentable. But you might notice that, you know, the liquid down there is really, really dark. Like, how the heck can you see down there, you know? We wanted this darkness to really help with kind of, you know, help this feel like a world of mystery and a world of darkness. You're kind of plunging into, you know, a very creepy place or whatever, you know. Again, like, we've always wanted this game to make the player feel somewhat vulnerable when exploring these worlds. Even though you've got, you know, super speed and a lot of guns floating around you, we still want the player to feel vulnerable. We want them to feel like that they're surviving on an immensely hostile world, that even superhuman powers is not enough to get them out alive. They gotta be more than that. But also with the darkness, you can use your Zenith vision to help kind of see things around you and whatnot. And then here's a room that has kind of like maybe what some of the arenas might be like. As I mentioned, some rooms are circular, but not all rooms are circular. It just kind of helps, you know, distinguish some rooms with others. But again, it still has a very cold feel. There's some more circular rooms. And then here's an example of some of the circular rooms turned into a half circle. Again, because many of Nelo's level designs are very Metroidvania inspired, having kind of, you know, some areas that are only explorable underwater really allows us to push the Metroidvania verticality pretty well. So we have, you know, some areas like above the water that you can explore, and some areas below the water that can only be explored under there. And then there's areas that are, you know, have a bit of both. But yeah, we definitely want to. We definitely can't wait for you guys to play, you know, these type of levels and really explore, you know, these really cool worlds for sure. And then this is the last screenshot of one of the rooms that you'll see in subsystems. So I hope you like everything you see so far. Again, we don't have any videos or gameplay footages of this stuff for now, but we just kind of want to show you screenshots and just show you some of the new things that you will see and interact with in Act 2 when it's ready for you guys. So thank you for being patient, everyone, and be sure to look forward to when we do release this stuff, and also when we release the Act 3 content, and that's the day that we go 1.0 vanilla release. But again, we're taking everything kind of one step at a time. So everybody, thank you for the support. Thank you everyone who attended PAX. Just thank you for following us and cheering us on. So yeah, we love you guys. Peace.
The Nightsithe have no honor. All they have is gluttony and greed. We, however, do have honor. So fight with honor. Fight for tomorrow. And fight for the chance to fix our mistake. We will find the honor, and we will crush